Hey guys, so I want to finally sit down and talk about my anxiety, but I'm going to talk about it like laying in bed because I just haven't been feeling good for the past couple of days. Um, and I kind of want to finally share like me really sitting down and talking about my struggles with anxiety. Um, so basically, long story short, I struggle with anxiety. I literally have anxiety disorder. I've been dealing with anxiety for about 2 to 3 years or so, and it has only gotten worse over time. When I first started getting anxiety, I would feel the chest pains, and it would only be like, and that's the thing, my anxiety manifests itself physically. So I get chest pains, like just pressure on my heart. And it's not that, oh, I'm just so scared and so worried. It's not even that. It's like my brain goes from 0 to 100 like so easily when it comes to fight or flight. And a lot of this is things I have researched. So that is the things I have researched. But basically, everybody deals with anxiety, but people who have actual anxiety disorder, like your brain thinks that you're in fight or flight mode sometimes. And a lot of times for me, it happens. And then when you're not in any real danger, see, when you're in real danger, then that's different. But like when you're not, that's an issue because then you feel like something is wrong with you. And so I started feeling the effects of anxiety about maybe 2 to 3 years ago. And it first started manifesting itself as chest pains. And at the time, I never really actually did anything about it for years, actually. I never got it checked for a long time because it kind of would just go away. I would always like be fear for my life every time it would come, and I would just breathe and I would just say like, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And I would just breathe, and honestly, it would go away after like a minute or two, that feeling, that pressure on my heart. And it would kind of go away, and that's why I never really did anything about it, because I used to procrastinate when it came to going to the doctor. I hadn't been to the doctor in years. The last time I had went to the doctor at the time was when Adam was born. You know what I'm saying? That was the last time I really just was under doctor's care, was like when I gave birth. Other than that, I had went like 4 years without going to the doctor. And even that was scaring me because I was like, I need to know what's going on with my body. Like something is clearly going on with me, and I need to figure out what this is. But I just wasn't going. And then one time I went to the emergency room because I started going to the emergency room for my anxiety symptoms when they were really severe. So the first time I went to the emergency room, which was like last year, they did an EKG scan on my heart because I was feeling chest pains, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking I'm having like a mild heart attack or just a plain, and they're just like, nothing's wrong with you. Oh, I didn't even do this at all, huh? Sorry, I'm just looking at something. They're like, your heart is fine. Nothing's wrong with you. And they prescribed me some anxiety medication. And I can't remember what they prescribed me. I think I have the prescription paper down there. But I took the medication. And when I first got the medication, I was so excited. So I was like, okay, first of all, it's a good thing that I understand that nothing's wrong with me and there's nothing wrong with my heart. That is a good thing. Second of all, it looks like this is anxiety after all. I had my suspicions, but they kind of confirmed that. They were like, yeah, you probably have anxiety. And third of all, I was like, oh, I can just take a pill and make this all go away. Then cool, we'll do it. I took the pill, and I took it like in the morning, and then I went out and I felt like a completely different person. Like, I just felt like a shell of a person. I felt like I didn't feel like myself mentally. Like, I just felt like I was high. Because, a big side effect of a lot of anxiety medication is drowsiness, dizziness, which is or brain fog and things like that, which is basically that feeling that you feel when you're high, or like, I don't know, like you just feel kind of out of yourself, That's a big side effects of pretty much any anxiety medication you take. I don't know if there's any anxiety medication out there that does not give you those side effects. So that is a huge downfall. Like, that is a huge side effect for me, and it's so huge that I felt like it wasn't worth it. Like, so I took it once and I never took it again, because I was like, I don't like the way this makes me feel at all. Like, I'm not going to take this no more. Like, I think I'm just going to deal with anxiety on my own, because this is making me feel worse. And actually, this triggers my anxiety even more, because I don't feel like myself. So yeah, I just didn't take it anymore, and it is what it was. And then a good year passed by. Once again, the anxiety would still happen from time to time. It happens in waves. Sometimes I'm fine, and then sometimes I have just severe anxiety, you know what I'm saying? It just comes in waves. And sometimes there are things that trigger me. Like, some of my triggers are stress. Some of my triggers are just disturbing things. This is a big reason why I don't watch horror films anymore, or things like that, because it actually really triggers me, and it triggers derealization in my brain. And if you don't know what that is, you might could just look it up. But basically, derealization is kind of an extreme form of anxiety, where once again it kind of makes you feel out of it. It makes you feel like you're in a dream. It makes you feel like you're high. It makes you feel just like you're in a different reality a little bit, and your brain will just naturally do that. And I would feel like I know my anxiety is really high when I feel that way. And then I would fidget. I'd mess with my hair or something to kind of take my mind off of what, it's just really annoying. It's very scary. I hate the feeling. You don't feel like yourself. So once again, it would just come and go, and I would just deal with it on my own. Most recently this year, in 2025, it has been at its worst. It has just gotten out of control, basically. And I fear that if I don't do anything about it, it will just continue to get even worse and even more out of control. And so I went to the emergency room twice this year because of anxiety. And I've been contemplating going again today. But I was like, no. I've been telling myself, don't go in, because they're just going to run tests on me, and they're just going to tell me that I'm fine, and they're just going to tell me to go to my doctor. So yeah, I did recently finally go to the doctor last month. I found a primary care physician, and I told her about all of this. And they also did other blood work and different. So I have other things going on with me as well that I choose not to share at the moment. For example, I have low iron in my blood, so I am anemic. I don't know if that affects anything, but I kind of am dealing with some health issues, to be completely honest with you. And that's just one of the things. I really don't even want to go into detail, but my main concern right now is anxiety. Because like I said, I get the chest pains. Sometimes the chest pains are back pains, and I'm like, am I having a heart attack? Is this where I meet God? And like I said, I pray about it. I start crying, and I start praying, and I try to calm myself down and everything, but it's I pray to God and I tell God, I want to live. Like, I have so much to live for. Like, I have children. Like, if nothing else, it's about my children. I need to be in my children's lives. I need to, you know what I'm saying? I need to be here for my children. Like, I really be begging for my life. Like, I don't want to die. It's that serious. It's that serious that it has me praying to God, begging to not take me. Not yet. Not anytime soon. I am very full of life. I want to live. I have things that I'm trying to accomplish, things I'm trying to do. And like I said, if nothing else, it's for my children. I need to live to be in my children's lives. I don't want my children to not have me around. So and that's how bad my health is making me feel. So I'm trying to do everything in my power to do something about it, because I'm not just gonna sit around and die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just gonna sit around and ignore what my body is telling me and just die. And I feel like that's kind of like my fear. It's like, I'm not doing enough. I need to really like try to figure out I need to figure out what, figure this out. You know what I'm saying? Because my body is clearly telling me something. So anyway, today, for the past couple of days, I have been feeling pain in my chest just for days. You know what I'm saying? For days, I've been just feeling pain in my chest. And it's been so bad to where I would like wonder if I'm gonna wake up the next day. I'd be like, and then I wake up the next day and I'm like thanking God. I'm like, thank God, thank you, Jesus, for allowing me to wake up today. It's just that serious for me. Like, and maybe that's my anxiety, like that I fear that I'm gonna die. Like, I don't know, but sometimes it's just that bad. Especially these past couple of days, it's been really bad to where I'm like, Lord, please just let me make it through the night. And I'll try to do something. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, my doctor's out of town because 4th of July is about to be tomorrow. And the nurse practitioner, she went over and sent over my prescription. Even I can feel the chest pain as I speak. I'm feeling it right now. And I know it's easy to say, just calm down, just lay down. A lot of times my anxiety manifests itself the most when I am calm. When I am calm, when I'm trying to lay down, when I'm trying to relax, that's when I get the chest pains the most. And it's almost as if whatever stress my body has been throughout the day, I start to feel it when I'm laying down and trying to rest and relax. So I went to the emergency room probably about a month ago, maybe. Yeah, about a month ago, I went to the emergency room once again for them to tell me that nothing's wrong with me. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to just take something. I put my mindset on Lexapro because a lot of people are saying Lexapro. But there's a lot of mixed reviews with not only that drug, but just any anxiety drug. And that is where I hit a huge crossroads, you guys, is being on medication for anxiety. Even now, my prescription is at the pharmacy right now because I was having issues with it, and so now it's gonna take them a while to process it and everything, because I had to transfer the pharmacies and things like that. So they're like, it's gonna take a few hours, and then I was freaking out like, oh my, I don't know if I can wait a few hours, like. But it has indeed been at least maybe an hour or two since I went to the farm. Maybe it's been an hour since I dropped that off. So hopefully it won't be long. And the prescription I'm receiving is sertraline and hydroxine. And I don't know if anyone knows anything about that. If I can understand, the sertraline is a generic version of Zoloft. So it's like Zoloft, but it's a generic version. And then the hydroxine, I was asking the nurse practitioner, I was like, is this gonna make me feel like I'm high? Because I cannot take that. I can't take it. Like I can't not feel like myself. It's gonna make me feel even worse. And she was like, well, you know, it does make you feel really, really tired, you know. Maybe just take half of it. And that's my plan. But okay, so here's my battle. Here's my thing. I'm going to have to surrender and just start taking anxiety medication, which a part of me is terrified to do that, but a part of me is feeling a little bit of relief. Like, if that can help me to not feel the way that I feel naturally, like if I could battle anxiety on my own, I would. And I've tried. I really have. But it's got me feeling like I'm gonna die. And I can't keep feeling like that. I don't feel normal feeling that way. I want to be sober so bad, but my brain, my body, like it's not, I don't feel normal. I don't feel fine. And sometimes I do. Like when you guys look at videos that I post, like I typically feel fine when I be posting my videos and stuff, because sometimes I do feel fine. Sometimes I feel fine for a while. Sometimes, like most recently for a good like 2 weeks, I have been feeling fine, like normal. And I may get a little chest pain here and there, but it was like I can breathe through it and then it goes away. But what I can't deal with is days of chest pain, not knowing what's going on with me, feeling scared about it. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I can't go through. I can't live a normal life. I can't get work done. I can't, when all I'm thinking about is my body and what's going on with my body. It is disturbing and disrupting my everyday life. And my grandma pointed out that it is the anniversary of my stepfather's death. My stepdad, he raised me. And so I had a closer connection with my stepfather than my biological father. So both of my fathers are on the other side. But yeah, my stepdad, he passed away when I was 18. Like right when I turned 18, he passed away. And my grandma pointed out that today was the day that they buried him, you know, and I didn't even realize that, but I don't know. But anyway, I am just kind of waiting to pick up my prescriptions. Obviously, I'm not going to take them both. The hydroxine is for when you're feeling a wave of anxiety, like when you're feeling really severe anxiety at the moment, you take it as needed. And the sertraline, or whatever it's called, that one is a daily dose that you take to kind of like rewire your brain. And, you know, yeah. So I'm thinking and hoping, I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is just because even the nurse practitioner, she was like, take the hydroxine and see how you feel. Now, I was feeling way worse this morning. I'm just even naturally just feeling better right now. One thing is the kids, my grandma is watching them, because sometimes with them, the chaos is a little bit too much. And sometimes I can't So I'm so glad that my grandma is watching them at the moment, because I cannot deal with chaos right now. I just can't. So anyway, my plan is just to take the hydroxine. I'm gonna take half of it. I am terrified of taking anything. Like, I'm scared of taking melatonin. Like I said, maybe that's my anxiety. I used to not be so afraid of taking stuff, but I am. Like, I just feel like, I don't know. I don't even take my collagen pills anymore. And I know that doesn't do nothing for me, but I'm terrified of taking medication, except for Tylenol. I think Tylenol is the only thing that I can just take. And I only take it when I have really bad headaches. But it's like, okay, this headache is so bad and I'm in pain. I want to be rid of this pain. So, you know what I'm saying? My quality of life has changed and altered over the years. I have anxiety about a lot of different things. For example, flight anxiety. And I'm supposed to be traveling next year, and I have to genuinely like psych myself up for it. Like, you can do this. Like, you can get on a plane again, because the most recent plane that I took flying home from Florida was a really bad experience. Really, really bad. Thought I was going to lose my life on that flight. It was a really bad experience. Me and my grandma were praying. It was just extreme. It was a really bad turbulence, like really, really bad. And I posted a video on TikTok and got made fun of about it, but I didn't post the worst part of the flight. So people are just like, this isn't even that bad. But I promise you, if you were on that flight, you would understand. Like, it was, and I know turbulence. I've been flying since I was a baby. So I know turbulence. And we were flying through a really, really bad storm. And that was the thing. We were flying through like a severe storm. And it's so funny how that played out, because originally, I can't even remember, but I feel like originally they had like delayed our flight or canceled our flight. I can't even remember. Or they had a layover. I think that's what it was. Originally we had like a layover. And my mom was like, no, I don't want to do a layover. Like, I want, she was trying to negotiate with the airlines, and eventually she negotiated something where we were able to get straight flight. And yeah, but my thing is, I would have been fine with the layover, like, because that flight really like screwed me up really bad. I've never been on a flight. Like I said, I've been flying since I was a baby. So I've been on, I don't even know how many flights I've taken in my life. Like, so many flights. So therefore, like, this was the worst flight I've ever taken in my life, by far. Most flights are very smooth, and if there's a little bit of turbulence, I can deal with it. I can deal with turbulence, but this was like nothing I've ever experienced, and it was horrible. Now the thing is, it may not be that bad ever again. Like, I may not ever take a flight that bad ever again. I have to try to tell myself that. I have to tell myself that was the worst it ever got. You'll never get on a flight that bad ever again. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Another part of me is just like, oh, I just have flashbacks of that event, and it was like just so horrible. And I can't like not travel by plane, because then you're stuck where you are. You can't travel. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like road trips. I want to actually fly, like, you know what I'm saying? So something I used to enjoy so much. I used to enjoy going to the airport. I used to really enjoy being on planes. Has turned into a nightmare, has turned into anxiety, has turned into like me contemplating if I even want to do it. So there's that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Anxiety has manifested itself in so many different ways for me, and it's slowly taking over my life, and I hate it. I hate that for me, because I'd be like literally fighting for my life over this. And so I'm going to try to just take the hydroxine. You know what's crazy is that I actually feel okay for now. I think that having the hydroxine in my possession will also be something that will make me feel good or something. I don't know. So if I ever need it, I would just take it as needed. I would rather not be on a daily prescription. I would rather not. Because obviously my fear of prescriptions, and just not even the fear, sometimes it's just, I don't want to take a prescription. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I would rather deal with something naturally. I would rather, like, God heal me. I would rather, you know what I'm saying, not have to be on prescriptions. You know what I'm saying? Because then you're dealing with the side effects. And I know apparently these side effects only last for so long. I've tried to do research on different things. Apparently the side effects only last for about anywhere from a week to a few weeks. And the doctor even told me, like, it's gonna take at least a week or two to start working. You won't even start feeling the effects of it working until a week or 2 weeks out. So I don't know. Like I said, I've been doing when you try to do your research though, especially through like TikTok, and like actually hear other people who I want to see a face. I want to see people who actually have tried. I don't want to look at articles or anything. I want to hear people talk about their experiences. Well, some people will scare the heck out of you because they'll be like, I got serotonin syndrome because of this, or it made my anxiety worse, or they just say different things. I gained weight on it, or all these things. Of course, some people say this changed my life. It's amazing. I'm so glad that I take this. I should have took it sooner. I would love to hope that that could be me, that I don't have to worry about this anymore. But even if that did happen, even if I did take a daily prescription and it was a good experience for me, there still would be some other side effects, which is some people say things like they haven't cried since. I'm a very emotional person. I cry almost every day. I think crying is very healthy and very good. I love to cry. So not being able to cry, not being able to really feel emotions like that is going to be, I'm not gonna like that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And then this one is very, very TMI. And this prescription specifically applies, but it also lowers your libido, it lowers your sex drive as well. And the truth is, like, I don't really care about that because it's not like I'm really sexually active like that. That's all I want to say. I know that it's TMI, like really, really bad. Like even this part is TMI. It has delayed orgasm. What? What? That's so weird. You know, that's really weird. But that is something that affects your brain. And so yeah, it's just crazy. Like, so even if you were to take this and everything worked out great, it affects your sexual health and it affects other things. It affects your emotions. And it's like, I don't like stuff like that. I like to be myself and feel normal. So I will keep you guys updated. I think for the most part for now, I'm just going to focus on taking the as needed prescription. So when my anxiety flares up really, really bad and it just won't go away, I'm gonna take like maybe a dose of the pills, just a half a pill, and see how I feel. It makes you really sleepy, so it probably will just make me go to sleep. And which I'm not a sleepy kind of person. Sometimes I'll take naps, but for the most part, I'm not a very sleepy kind of person. I just go to sleep at night. Thank God I don't have trouble sleeping. But other than that, like, I don't like being drowsy. I don't like sleeping my life away through, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm wasting a day. This is coming from someone who is trying to hustle. I'm trying to hustle in July, and I feel like I'm having to take a step back from working and hustling because of my health. And I hate that, because I'm supposed to be working and, you know what I'm saying, I have goals that I was trying to achieve. And I feel like I'm not able to really do that right now because I have to put my health first. And obviously, it's worth it to put your health first when you're going through something, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I am in a pickle. I am an overthinker. I wish I could be one of those people who just take something. I'm just going to take this. And, you know, I have to overthink this and take it. And I hate that for me. I think I really should just take it and then just worry about how I'm going to feel later. So I will try to post an update. But thankfully, at the moment, I'm feeling okay. Obviously, I'm feeling okay enough to film, because if I wasn't feeling okay, I would not be able to be on camera right now. But I am doing okay for now. And I think I'll just have that medication in my back pocket if my symptoms get really bad, and just take it as needed. That's going to be my plan for now, instead of being on a daily medication, because typically when my anxiety is low, I'm fine. And I think that's kind of what I want to just continue doing, is just continue living my life as normal as I can. And when I'm feeling bad, it's like when you get a headache. When you get a really bad headache, you're feeling pain in your head, you take a Tylenol. So I think it's kind of like that. Like, just, I'm gonna be sleepy, don't drive. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it with anything else. Don't take it and drink alcohol or anything, but take it easy, take the medication, and hopefully your symptoms will dissipate. And I think that's what's gonna happen. But I will keep you guys updated.